And welcome back to What If, and we are on part two of what became part three. Sorry, we're on part three of what became a very popular What If, and that is what if Bardock and Gine had gone to Earth with Goku. So last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, boop, I adjusted my camera. We left off basically at the end of Dragon Ball. Goku is actually going to end up marrying Bulma in this scenario. Chi-Chi will be dejected, but probably end up marrying Yamcha, and it'll work out just fine. Now, what happens in that time frame? Well, first off, where did I put Bardock, Gine, Goku, and Goku's now little brother, Jinsen, for Jinsen Root? That was the voted one, our fan voted one. What was their powers at when we left? Bardock, I believe I put right around 25,000. Gine's around 3,500. Jinsen's around 500. And Goku was right around 1,200. Now, what happens during that 5-year period of marriage? First up, one other quick thing. Someone pointed out that I'd gotten Goku's age wrong, but I had several conflicting, someone said he was actually 19, someone said he was 20, someone said he was 18. I'm going to keep it where I kept it, and we'll leave it right there. But Bardock right now would be in his early to mid-50s once we get to the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. Gine would also be in her upper to 40s to maybe to just starting to hit her 50s. For Saiyans, they'll be fine. They'll be fine until they start hitting their 60s. Once they hit close to 70, that's when, 75, that's when we're really going to have to start factoring age into the equation here. But what goes down with the family during this period? Well, one of the big things is Bulma, I want to say halfway through their marriage, because Goku would probably be living with Bulma at Capsule Corp. Bardock and Gine would still live in the forest at Gohan's house with Jinsen. They would, through studying the same pods that Bardock had shown them, develop the gravity chamber. And I'm sure Bardock and Goku and Jinsen would more than likely train in there off and on. Now, we know Goku, it's believed that, I believe they said that in some of the dissensions, that Goku's power levels around 10,000, and he got a 9 times multiplier, doing a week's worth of exercises, gradually going from 10 times to 100 times gravity. I don't. That math doesn't make sense in my head. 9 times? Wouldn't 9 times 10 make more sense? I don't know. But remember, he was really pushing it and pushing the edge. Sorry, I'm feeling a little off at the moment. He is pushing himself pretty hard and over a large period of time and just increasing the gravity dramatically. I would imagine they would gradually do that over the years. So while they would get a massive increase, it would not be as quick as you might think it would be. So where would I put our characters, or at least Jinsen, because Gohan's going to be too young at this point to be training in the gravity chamber. Where would I put Jinsen, Goku, Bardock, respectively? Gine might go in there every once in a while, but she's pretty content being a mother. Whew, and I'm starting to really feel I'm actually starting to feel a little ill at the moment, so I'm going to try to maintain myself here. Okay. So, I pretty much came to the conclusion that with 2.5 years gradually training in the gravity chamber, Goku would probably be about 500,000. Goku would have a lot more time to grow stronger. He's a lot younger than his dad, obviously. He can train with someone, which would increase his training further. Plus, training with his brother and his dad, more than one person can use, or more than 2 people can use the gravity chamber. So it doesn't have the hyperbolic time chamber restrictions. So Goku, I'd say, is about 500,000. Bardock isn't quite as strong as his son. He'd probably be about 450,000. I say that because he's an older Saiyan, so he'd be more experienced. I think he'd, in theory, be the more experienced fighter. Maybe not the better overall martial arts, but the more experienced fighter. Jinsen, I would put at maybe 50,000. I don't think he's anywhere near as close to the strength his dad or brother are, but he's still pretty strong. And I realize I've been saying Goku when he's Kakarot in this version. I'm probably going to be doing that the entire series of this one, so forgive me if I do. But one big question someone asked me is Gohan still named Gohan in this? And I think he is because, I'll be honest, I don't know if we would have seen Gohan, Grandpa Gohan, live into the Dragon Ball Z world age, because we don't know how old Grandpa Gohan was, to the best of my knowledge. And yeah, I know people are going to complain at me, but I want to get that up. As far as you know, Grandpa Gohan was definitely up there. Grandpa Gohan was pretty old. He wasn't Master Roshi old, as far as I know. He wasn't that old. The Master Roshi is over 300 years old. And as far as we know, he didn't drink from the Fountain of Youth like Grandpa Gohan did, as far as I know. So let's see, age. Do we got an age for? Yeah, he was 8. No, they don't give an age for him. Between 738 and 749 is when he died. They don't give how old Grandpa Gohan was. He was old. Yeah, it's clear he was really old. I mean, I got a picture. I'm looking at a picture of him right now. He's wrinkly, just all white hair. So I can't be certain he would have lived into Dragon Ball Z. Or if he did, he wouldn't have been much use. And there's nothing that indicates that he was pretty much had the longevity of Master Roshi. I don't believe it's ever stated he drank from the Fountain of Youth or whatever Roshi did to keep young. So I think they do name him Gohan. I think they would name him Gohan after Grandpa Gohan passes, in memory of the man that took them in and taught them and showed kindness to him. I think they would do that to make his legacy, help Grandpa Gohan's legacy live on. So I think they would name him Gohan. I do think that. Bardock, Gine, and Jinsen would still live in Gohan's place. That's free of rent, basically, so they have no issue with living there. And more or less, life would be pretty much the same. Now, a few minor changes as well. I think both Tien and Krillin would be stronger. I think Krillin particularly would actually be stronger than Tien in this case. Because, trained to beat Goku. He's already stronger than his canon counterpart when they first fought to try to keep up with Goku. So power-wise, we'll put Krillin at 350 and Tien at 300, respectively. Piccolo also is much stronger in this because he trains like a dog to try to keep up with Goku. And he can sense Goku's power, too, and realizes he's just so far behind, and he just pushes himself harder. So, saying that Piccolo, and we know that when Piccolo put serious effort to train for the Saints, he octupled his power, roughly. So, from, what it was, 408 is what they say the official power level is for him in Dragon Ball Z, when he fought Raditz. From the 260 he was in Dragon Ball, I have no issue putting him at, say, 1500 when it's all said and done. I have no issue saying that. So, and when suppressed, his power would be probably more like 1,000. So, things would probably go pretty smooth, normal. Everyone's enjoying themselves. Then you get Raditz showing up. And now we're going to get some fun. So, Raditz shows up. He interacts with Piccolo, and immediately he could have been killed by Piccolo. As he picks up Piccolo's powers roughly around, say, 1,000. And they're squaring up, and he senses even stronger power, and he goes off towards them, sensing that's probably Kakarot's power. Meanwhile, you get the whole interaction with Capsule Court and everything like that, and Goku and Bulma show off Gohan. It's like, yeah, hi. It's like, oh, there's a little one, and Bardock and Gine are there too. Now, in terms of just casual wear, I would imagine Bardock would probably actually wear a gi similar to something like what Piccolo or Gohan wears. Like that purple gi, but he probably wears like a red undershirt with long sleeves, kind of like Goten does. Granted, his is blue. So I think that'd be a great look on Bardock, actually. Probably retired the Saiyan garbs a while back. Maybe he still wears the same pants, who knows. Gine probably wears something akin to what Chi-Chi wears, because she really enjoys that. I think that style would look really solid on her, actually. Gine, for the sake of power levels, is probably maybe like 5,000 at this point. Again, Gine is not a warrior compared to the rest of them. She's a mother. But she's still very powerful at this point, surprisingly. So it makes sense for that. So they all sense a power coming. Kakarot would not recognize his power because he's never met Raditz. They've spoken about Raditz to Goku, but he's never actually met Raditz, obviously. But Gine and Bardock immediately sense it's like, is that Raditz? It's like, how did he find it? What's he doing? And then, Raditz shows up. doesn't immediately notice Bardock and Gine. He sees Goku, still his tail. It's like, Kakarot, there you are. I thought you were tasked to destroy this planet. Why have you been dilly-dallying? Why is this planet still infested with humans? We're supposed to sell it. And then, just right off the bat, he hears Bardock just go, I was like, I'm sorry, what? Something from Lord Frieza. Like, I'm sorry, you're doing what now? And all of a sudden he turns like, Dad? Mom? Sees Jin say, who are you? What's going on here? So, they pretty much just Bardock just gives him a look, just saying, like, we were able to escape with your brother, and we eked out a pretty nice life here on Earth. You know, where we protect this planet. This is our home now. This is where we've been able to, restart. We even have a new, even little brother. Meet your little brother, Jinsen. Jinsen, my other brother, and Brad's now at this point just, what is going on here? So they kind of actually take a moment and explain to Raditz. Raditz, I think, would hear them out, especially because he already knows his dad is far stronger than them, even without actually picking out the power levels on there. Because I'd imagine the power levels are all suppressed. So, because, you don't want to just boast your power right off the bat, because that's just going to be like a beacon just attracting trouble. But they're, they have a conversation, and Raditz just kind of feels like, so, wait, you didn't take over the planet? No, son. I mean, there was no need to take over the planet. We were already the strongest individuals on the planet. We're already the strongest individuals on the planet. I don't need to rule the planet. I already know we're the strongest around. And Goku's like, yeah, look, I mean, it's a pretty nice place here, bro. The food's good, and I found myself a wife. It's like, wait, she's your mate? And then Bulma just kind of like gives him a look, says, I'm his wife. Thank you very much. Like, well, sorry, Earth woman. Wife. You're his mate. You're his mate. Subservience. Or what? How would he put it? He's Kakarot, your mate isn't subservient to you. What is wrong with you? And then Bardock's just like, oh, he shouldn't have said that. And then Bulma actually comes and just gives him a good, like, boom. How dare he? He's like, he treats me with respect, and I do the same thing. How dare you lay a hand on me, Earth woman? Know your place. And just as he's about to put a hand on her, Goku just, boom. You're not touching my Bulma, bro. And then all of a sudden, he briefly gets a flicker of what Goku's power is like. And Goku's still suppressing, mind you. And he's got his weight clothes on. So he gets a brief glimpse, probably like blinks at like 10,000 just briefly. And he just, how can he be this much stronger? I'm his older brother. It's like, yeah, son, we've learned a lot on this planet. So you need to chill out and think about this. And then, Raditz finally just realizing that he's even getting a vibe off his mom. Like his mom, even his little youngest brother, probably is much stronger than him. He's just trying to process all this. And it's like, what do I do? I mean, I could go back to Frieza and tell them that this planet's a bust, but my family's here and they're so powerful. I could stay here with them, maybe try a new existence. But what about Frieza and Nappa, Vegeta and Nappa? The Saiyans too. But I always hated them. And then he just, and what he doesn't realize is he's saying this all out loud, and just like, did he? And Goku just like, did he always do this? Yeah, it was a bit of a habit of him when he was younger, just talking out loud. And then Jim Bardock just goes, "It's a Raz, wake up!" It's like, yeah. So look, we're not gonna force you to live with us, son. But I don't want you. But understand this: if you go back to Frieza and he sends you after us again, I will do what we have to. This is our home now. These are our friends. This is our family. We are not giving this planet up to anyone. And Rad's just contemplating and thinking, and he finally realizes, he takes off he turns the scouter off for a brief moment. It's like, Father, I'm so conflicted. I don't want it. We've been stuck with our traditions for so long, but I don't want to be under the thumb of those fools anymore. I want to be my own man. I want to be with my family. I want to see my family again. I want us to be able to restart the Saiyan race on our own terms again. And it's like, yeah, well, son, you're more than welcome to. We have room at the house for you. I was like, it's now we can help you train, get you up to snuff for what would come. But what about Vegeta and Nappa? Is Prince Vegeta still alive? Nappa's still alive. Oh, that oaf's still alive. God, Bardock, and that brings it up to Gine and Bardock, and they they just kind of have a look at each other, and they just turn on the scouter, and then they turn on the scouter, and then give me the scouter, puts it on. Now listen up, Vegeta, Nappa, I know you're listening. This is Bardock. Yeah, that's right, Bardock. I'm still alive. I'm on Earth. You want to come? It's like, now if the spoiled little prince wants to come and deal with that, go ahead. We'll be waiting right here. Basically, he goads Vegeta and Vegeta's pride. Immediately, they're going to head straight beeline for Earth. They destroy the scouter. Or at least he turns off the scouter anyway. And is like, all right, son. It looks like they're going to be on their way. We're actually going to go talk to. We'll have to talk to Kami to see how much time we have to do that. But because they figure they'll probably be on their way if Raditz leaves or doesn't leave. So might as well just bring them here now and get it done with, instead of waiting for the inevitable being taken by surprise. So meanwhile, Raditz is getting to know his family a little bit. He's a little surprised just how lax Goku and Jinsen are, and they see how strong their brothers. Like, come on, let's have a spar. And Raditz tries and utterly fails against both of them. He and his youngest brother is even just kind of whipping his butt around a bit. So they go to Kami and they ask Kami, "How long do you think we'll have before the Saiyans arrive?" And then he's difficult to say. King Kai, how long would you say we have till the Saiyans arrive? And King Kai's like, I would guess about a year. A year your time. So everyone would train for the Saiyans. Train for Saiyans. King Kai even says, though, to be fair, you guys are far stronger than anything those guys can dish out. The real issue will be with Frieza ever finds your planet. So luckily it's Vegeta and Nappa, but still, they'll train. They will. Particularly Raditz will train because this is the first time he's ever had a real chance to train not being on the battlefield. Whew. Sorry, again, I'm actually feeling ill at the moment, which is really weird. I think I just need to eat something. I think I'm probably just a little stuffy and dehydrated, and maybe just need some food in my stomach right now. Yeah. Whew. So with the training, you'll get the Z Warriors all training. They'll probably actually be a little stronger because they do have Bardock, Gine, GSN. They have all of them there to train with. Krillin and Tien will be much stronger than their normal versions as well. I'd be willing to put Krillin, say, at 3,000 and Tien around 2,500. I think that's fair. I think everyone else will be a little stronger for it as well. Round them up, so Yamcha's 1,500, Chaozu's 700. Gine even maybe trains with him because she's far stronger than any of them, so she's actually a good trainer, but nowhere near leagues beyond them. Like in a realm of, like in a range they can actually reach for. Oh man, I'm actually starting to feel very. I'm keeping it together, but I actually am starting to feel very sick for some reason, like nauseous sick. I don't think I'm going to throw up, but I don't want to push it. So, meanwhile, with the training with Rad's more than likely to be training with Jinsen more than anything else because he's the weakest one. Getting his butt kicked aloft, but trying out the gravity chamber. In a year's time, I think we could see Raditz easily go up to about 50,000 because there's a lot of time there for him to train in the gravity with Jinsen, who would also probably climb to about 100,000 at that point. Bardock and Goku, respectively, would be training on their own. Now, they probably wouldn't increase terribly too much. They'd probably Goku would probably be like at 700 and Bardock around 600,000, respectively. So they'd probably be evened out. And they'd all be ready for when Vegeta and Nappa get there. So Vegeta and Nappa arrive. And I'll be honest, that's where we're going to end it because I'm not feeling well right now. I'm actually probably going to have to hold off doing the Who Would Wins at least till later in the evening. So, but that's where we're going to leave it off. We're going to leave it off with Rad showing up. Vegeta and Nappa have just shown up. They've prepared for them to show up, and a lot of showing up coming up. And they prepared to them, and that's where we're going to leave it. So thanks for watching. We'll continue off with Vegeta with the Saiyan saga coming up next. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. I just who would win, Star Wars, Superhero, Magic, what if. Anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. It's no week of anything. Well, it's a week of War of the Spark spoilers, so you'll have Magic spoilers throughout the weekend, or the week. Who would win tomorrow, whatever, the usual. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.